Robert Mastrangelo, Peter Lorre, Marcy Fleming, myself, Susan Mosler. Ben Lippam, our health agent, is on a training, so he will not be joining us tonight. Number 2, acceptance of previous minutes.
I'd like to make a motion. The second. Sorry.
All in favor?
You're still getting all. Yeah.
Okay, minutes are accepted. Number 3, report from the health inspector. We're going to skip. Ben said that if anything had been urgent, that he would be in touch, and we have not.
So I can fill in a couple.
Okay.
He and I
Yep.
share the room.
Yep.
So as I mentioned, as we were walking in, Ben was on site today up at a farm in Heath, Massachusetts, for soil evaluation training, which gets him closer towards the Title V perk test world, if you
Right.
will. With that said, Ben's also scheduled time with Kevin, our
Good.
Title V subject matter expert, to go out and do some observations and whatnot. Ben will also be off-site training, not next week, but the week after. He'll be gone for like 3 days. And one of those, actually 2 of those days, he'll actually be down at a conference in Falmouth. And so he's very busy. He also attended the department managers meeting or department head meeting yesterday, which is typically facilitated by Carolyn. He and I didn't see each other today, so I have no idea what was discussed.
Okay.
So, but yes, and he's extra. He's also out tomorrow, so
Right. He took a vacation there. Okay. Report from the town nurse.
You all know about the flu clinic. That's been repeated over and over, right?
Right.
October 19th from 9 to 12 here. And anybody from the community can come in, but it's recommended to pre-register.
Right.
You can call the phone line right at the center. You can go onto a website, or you can go onto one of those.
Is there an
So
announcement?
you scan the picture.
Is there an announcement on our website about the flu clinic?
I don't know if
Can we put one up there?
I will make sure.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, just to make sure. Okay, anything else?
We had a really nice breakfast together with a good population of people there to talk about the influenza vaccine, the COVID vaccine, and the RSV vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really dynamic.
Good.
And it was fun.
Good.
And I just keep appreciating the supplies that you're providing.
So,
I don't know where they're coming
yes, well,
from.
so I told Marcy I got an email from the state saying that they had more test kits and some other PPE to distribute. There are criteria, and I'm not sure. I think we may meet the criteria because I checked off that it was for the senior center. And there's something about aging. And in other words, they're not just sending them out to any town that requests them. But I'm hoping we'll get it. It will come to my house. I think I ordered 500 tests. I ordered a lot of test kits.
That's awesome.
Because they want them at the library.
Yep.
Everybody seems to want them.
Yeah.
And if we can't get rid of them here, last time I just drove down Route 9 and just gave them away. So,
local worship institutions.
yeah. So I don't think we'll have it. And I also
Memorial Day parade.
They did right.
Maybe you can do that for the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. Yeah.
They did not have masks, but they had thermometers. And since we lost. We had boxes and boxes of supplies that are gone from here. So I do not recommend that I will continue. I was storing them in my house, but I got tired of it. And I asked if we could store them in that room, and they said yes, and they are gone. I mean, there was like 50 thermometers. There was a whole lot of equipment. It's gone.
Well, I did dispose of the Mercury.
Yeah, no, this,
That was
no, no,
different.
no. These were the touchless, the new
Mm.
ones, and there were masks. There was
Oh,
all
wow.
kinds of PPE.
Well,
And-
that's it. So that I think if you have a supply like that, that's so good and so wide, I think if I could lock it up for you somewhere, you know what I mean? It
If
might-
you could
so it
find
might-
a place
yeah,
here that has
yeah,
enough room. I mean, if
yeah.
we get 500 test kits, we're not going to have enough room to
I
lock
could
up.
find a place.
If you can find a
Mm.
lockup, that's fine. If not, I'll keep them at my house and I'll just bring them over here.
Okay.
Well, you can put some of the test kits in
Right.
the health office as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 Out of
So
the
anyway,
cabinets.
We're gonna go like
after I order, they say that I left my house, so I'm
Mhm.
expecting at some point to come home and just see
A mountain of
a
stuff.
mountain of stuff. And when that happens, if it happens, I will let everybody know.
I have, I don't, Jane Nevin Smith has made a request that the meeting time start here at 6:30 so that she's able to attend for at least part of the meeting. And I just told her that I would be nice.
I'm okay with it, but it's up to
think you have children. I don't know
the
how
working
difficult it
person.
would be.
I think it's fine. I think we can plan on it for next month,
Okay.
and then I can say that for now, and I'll really reevaluate like our
Right.
schedule after with
Right.
that.
I have
Yeah.
one request that somebody remind me that we're changing the time.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Okay. All right.
I do. Can I also say one more thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
There's this sense sometimes that I'm not responding to something through email. And the email that I have here is a computer that stays here. I tried to set up an email with my phone,
Mhm.
and I've gone probably to IT probably 3 times now, trying to get it to be successful. So sometimes I'm not even seeing emails. So I just want people to know that I'm not accessible that way. And you're welcome to just phone me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have your personal? I think I do. Let me
Yeah,
just
I'm
check.
gonna give it out.
No, yeah. But I mean, also like you have a very part-time position.
Right.
So I know on my end, the expectation isn't that you would be
Right.
available all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't
Exactly.
want you to feel that pressure that
Right.
way. But
Exactly.
totally
There's a bit of a
appreciate.
push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And there's no emergencies. You're doing wellness. You're not doing acute.
But I can echo, since the town went with the new .gov, I've been having challenges with getting it on my phone as well. So struggle bus. I'm with
Okay.
you. You're not alone.
So
Is this
are
you?
you dealing with Northeast IT? Is that
Yeah. That's what I call.
Is it you?
they can't figure it out?
No.
This is not you. This is a different person.
They can't figure it out.
Well, each time that they tried so far, it was successful for a period of time, and then it went down.
Fun.
You know what I mean? It worked. It worked for a period of time, and then nothing.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else from the town nurse lens that you want to? Do you have anything else in terms of agenda items that you wanted to present tonight? Not a trick question.
No, I'm just thinking that I think it's going very well. I think people are just starting to just come in and ask all kinds of.
It's great.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
it's good.
Strong work.
Thank you. Good job.
Do we want to move on to item number 5, which is Peter with the outbound letter for Permit Link?
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Lisa. That was a quick one.
Yeah.
You can go.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you, Marcia.
appreciated
You did a
your
great job.
notes too about wording.
I'm glad.
All right, so we're reviewing the draft letter. Okay.
I won't thank you. So
Mercy, thank you.
Thanks, Marcy.
so this is a draft of the letter that I like to
Right, I saw this. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
send out automatically by way of permitting to our food establishments to allow them to go ahead and renew their permits for 2024. So the top half of the renewal instructions is exactly the same as it was last year. The bottom half is pretty much exactly the same, but obviously with the exception of the date. But I added the last paragraph that reads, also as a reminder, if you were granted a deferment from the town bylaw banning single-use plastic bags and other plastic items, the deferment expires on December 31st. So that's an addition. So that's something I want to run by you guys before we go live with this. And so this is just a draft. My game plan is to get to start the outbound email campaign before Halloween. Last year we were doing it like Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saying, okay,
Yeah.
January 1st.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
your fault for sure.
Yeah, so this year, and I've been in touch with the vendor, and the vendor's ready to work with me in any way, shape, or form that I need any help. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I don't know if you guys need to vote on this, not vote on it. You guys can vote.
Did you get my suggestion? One of the things I wanted to see here,
It was just at the very end.
about where it says important info concerning Board of Health applications. I thought it would also make sense to say, and single use, and something, I don't remember how I had actually said it, but I have to go back to
Yeah,
that.
I don't recall getting it, which is not necessarily your fault. the amount of emails, but
Anyway, suggesting that in the title, we also say that this letter addresses the expiration of single-use plastic bags.
I see what you're saying. So this is bolded in the middle.
And continues saying, and
Got it.
I only because I think some people might not read through to the end. I know I'm often guilty of it. It's like,
yeah,
oh yeah, this is about, oh yeah, okay, I'll get right online and I'll do it. And then they miss, because I think that reminder is an excellent suggestion,
yeah.
Peter, and I think
yeah. Otherwise, I don't think we need to vote on it.
No,
It's just-
I mean, I think
it
it's
looks
great. I
Go
would just,
for it.
All right. So yeah, so I will add that. That's probably a good idea because it's like people reading a newspaper through the headlines and move on. Okay. So we're good with that. So the only other thing that I had, at least by way of an agenda item, is which is I think something that's neat on are these permit fees related to Title V.
Right.
And all I did was I did such a review of what other towns are doing in terms of these three particular permits, if you will, disposal system construction permit, septic hauler permit, and a septic installer permit. So none of these really affect our revenue stream one way or another that much. It'll give us essentially incremental revenue if we align ourselves with what some of the other towns are doing. So what I've got on here are again 5 towns, what they charge today for each one of these different permits.
So what do you suggest we do with our fees?
Well, the challenge that I see is in every single row, there's seems to be a huge variance among these 5 towns.
Right. That's why I pointed this. That's why I'm bringing this to you guys. So, I mean, again, obviously I can't vote, but I think that we should definitely align ourselves in some way, shape, or form with, and I had Hatfield misspelled as I'm looking at it now, but Hatfield and Hadley are pretty much twin cities, if you will, or twin towns. They have a lot of septic systems
Okay.
in their town. So
what do you guys think of?
well,
Shane
I'm still
Hatfield.
sort of processing this because I almost think that Northampton is on the margins of the bell curve.
Well,
right?
they
So
also
throw
don't
that
have
out.
they
Well,
do.
that's where I almost wish we had data for Southampton because they have about 6,000 people and they have a lot of septic too.
Let me see if I can pull
but I
that
don't
up.
want to get into the. It's hard. Because it's true, because Amherst and Northampton don't have a ton of septic.
Yeah, it's not.
And but you are absolutely correct. And not absolutely, but
Yeah. And the only of these three, the other one that will impact the original will be the first one, the disposal system construction permit.
yeah.
So if we go from 150 to 200, okay, so they'll pay an extra $50. But they would have to pay more in half of it. You would have to pay more in Amherst. The hauler and installers, obviously those are contractors.
Right. Those are
Those are people driving trucks.
Yeah.
Doing construction and blah, blah, blah. So you don't necessarily take action tonight, but I think by the way, my email that I sent out a couple of weeks ago, if we want to do something, we should probably do it effective January 1,
mhm,
2024, because
that's when they
there's kind of a pause in these kinds of permits during the winter anyways, but we could have them posted on our webpage, effective January 1st, 2024,
Mhm.
blah, blah. I can go back and research Southampton if that's well.
Yeah.
Again, there's no rush to do anything with this, but I mean it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I feel like I remember looking at Southampton and also Granby. I was interested in too back when I was doing this in like 2019, 2018. Just because I was trying to look at similar setups this way, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
But I'm not committed to anything. I'm open to whatever.
I've just pulled up the Southampton fee schedule, Title V filing fees, $200. They actually have a failure to file Title V for $100. Maybe we can write these down so that we don't.
so Southampton is 200.
Southampton is Title V is 200. They also have like perk test,
Mm-hmm.
200 for
Yeah.
students. Let's see, failure to file Title V is $100. Distribution box, but I do not see septic. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Septic, yeah, okay. A hauler permit is $200.
Right. Their fees have always been high.
There should be one for installing.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. I
actually
don't
do
see it.
But I guess what I'm saying is I would like a little bit more, maybe like Southampton and Granby, like two more
All
similar.
right, so let's get
Setup
if you could get
information.
Southampton and Granby, Peter, and then we'll vote on it
Yeah.
next time.
Just because I don't want to compare ourselves to Amherst and Northampton or towns that,
Right.
in terms of considering our fee structure for
Right.
things that don't have.
That's
a-
why I put Hatfield
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Because again, Hatfield is advertised.
For sure.
In that regard.
Yeah.
And in size and whatever.
Right.
But this is a great start.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Peter. COVID-19 wastewater testing update.
I mean, I've been up as we've been getting the emails and the information. I've been
Right.
uploading
Yeah.
it as I've had access.
Peter's
to the
going
town
to
site.
find out why we're not seeing real time. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's just me looking, not able to read the graph. The graph was stopping.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, it's something is off in the way that we're getting the results. I know they're doing it and they're reporting it. So, okay. Board of Health initiatives for 2023.
Well, something that I think had come up at our last meeting, and that was sort of like, how do we want to move forward
Mhm.
as a board? Like, what kind of goals beside the standard operating procedures? I think we had talked about other things. No, actually, we didn't actually name anything specific, but the need to think of, okay, now that we have a health inspector and some town nurse, and what else do we think we want to achieve? I thought there was a good email that was, Peter, did you send that out about, I printed it off and forgot to bring it. Maybe it was Ben. Was it about coalition?
Oh, about the new local public health
Initiative.
standards for
Yes,
education and
yes,
standards of
yeah,
care.
Yeah.
yes.
That all started with like the white page blue book thing that I was on that local regional public health thing for a bit. Trying to get those started. So it's super exciting seeing it finally come out.
Yeah, there was even, I don't know, I think you started it. I think you started circling it around. There were some attachments. That
Yeah.
were all about standards
Mhm.
and, you know, if a town's
Yeah.
having difficulty meeting the standard, reaching standards, whatever, you know, go back to the regional coalition and I think it was all about sharing resources and again, I
Right.
could be wrong because
Yep.
it's not mine.
Yeah, that's kind of my own words and understanding is that's really the kind of future vision of local public health is a lot of shared services to optimize
Right.
coverage, practice standards, and really doing the work.
So I
just
guess-
because of
I guess
how-
at some point we need to look at what those standards are and make sure we're meeting them.
yeah.
Do we still have a? I'll look for it.
I'm
A
sorry, do we have
copy
a
of-
what?
Oh, do we have what the standards
Yeah,
are?
Ben
that's
sent
in the
them
email.
out. Let's see, I'm just scanning down right now. He
Yeah,
sent
it was-
out 2 documents. One was like a frequently asked questions
Yeah.
document, and the one was from I think the state of it, from
Yeah.
the state.
I mean, is there a list of expectations?
There was bullet points. I didn't click on the links and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't look at
But
it
it looked-
enough either. Can somebody recirculate that? And then
Yeah.
we should all look at it. Me, Dragon and Margaret, and then be ready to, hopefully at the next meeting or, at some point to look at it and say, well, where are we meeting and where are we falling short and how are we gonna remedy that?
Yeah.
If there's areas that we're falling short, we can reach out to our coalition.
Yep.
So, and Ben can, of course, would be a big part of that conversation as well.
Yeah, and here it is, performance standards, frequently asked questions and performance standards. For local public health.
Mhm.
So it's just one page.
It's the
So,
frequently asked questions.
and the frequently asked questions.
No, but the standards are just one page.
Yeah.
You have it in
Massachusetts
front of you
Right,
now?
I do.
Can you send it to me again?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's all
Yeah.
make a Girl Scout promise here that we'll look at it and we can take a serious look at it next month. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Is this not reasonably anticipated?
The only thing from my end in terms of animal inspector is, I mean, I know this has been a little clunky, and I don't think this one thing is going to fix the clunkiness of it, but continue to be delays in terms of receiving information on bite reports, whether they're faxed to the town hall, which hasn't been a number that's been referred to as a usable fax number for many vets or other contacts for many, many years. But what I did do to try to mitigate that is added the appropriate fax number to our website on the town. So
And that fax goes to where? To the Board of Health?
it ends up coming to me electronically.
Perfect. Okay, good.
So we've
Okay.
figured out a system for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
but it's obtained on a secure fax.
Okay.
That also Dawn, the animal control officer,
Good.
can
Okay.
access. So we can have that information hopefully at the same time together. to
So
be able
that
to
should
work.
really take care of the problem.
That's the hope, but
Yeah.
there's always human error and people always, no matter what we do, keep the old papers where we've kept notes forever and then
Right. But yeah,
Kinda
so but
outdated
Ben
stuff.
knows if something comes in or Peter
Yep.
knows if something comes in to get it to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually how I found about something today. So
Okay.
I don't have any business to. No, but I will say I was also pleased that this new dashboard system,
Yeah, it's
monitoring
great.
respiratory
Mhm.
illnesses for the state of Massachusetts, I thought that was a great consolidation of information. I think I posted that on our website too.
Good.
So if people want
Yeah,
to check on
that's
that, they
great.
can. Other than that, any
Peter, anything?
No, kind of related but unrelated, town meeting
Mm.
is on Thursday, the 26th, 7 o'clock. The agenda was kicked around last night, or excuse me, last Wednesday at the select board meeting. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think it's gonna be a very long meeting. They're trying to get people there, anybody that can vote, you can go to a meeting.
to reach a quorum,
On Saturday, this Saturday at DPW facility, we're having
the open house.
the open house touch a Trump event, and the whole purpose is to get people into the DPW center to see what the center currently looks like and what the town is looking at in terms of options and related to either expanding, retooling, or just building a new building. But obviously that's gonna take a vote and it's gonna take money and whatnot. And also the equipment. Again, at the last town meeting, which is in May, the town did approve some capital expenditures for equipment. But the whole point is that Scott McCarthy and his team, they want everybody to understand, okay, here's what the equipment looks like today.
Right.
Here's what it really needs to look like, and here's what the facility looks like today, and here's what it really needs to look like. So there's also going to be refreshments served, and I think it's 10 to 4, something like that.
Mhm.
Um,
My kids are excited.
yeah, so it's
that was a pretty interesting thing to go and look at. Yeah.
so it's and there things brochures is bifold, trifold brochures they can take over with as well. So it gives everybody a sense of, okay, here's again the opportunity, and here's what we think we should be doing. And again, as taxpayers, this have it's obviously the interest of all of us. So
Okay.
so I just want to share that because I know you guys are in town hall every day. I mean, nor am I.
Any other announcements, comments, items, concerns? We will adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
Next
Second.
meeting is
Oh, right. So then the next meeting will be at
November.
Second,
It's the night.
It's
November 9th
6:30.
at 6:30.
So
6:30. Okay.